Now, curb appeal is everything in selling a house. Give us your observations here on what you do.
Well, absolutely. As a realtor, when you pull up, first impressions are most important. Neighborhood and what it looks like. So here, you pull up and you can obviously see the grass here needs mowing. It's got a lot of moss in the yard. So I'm not so worried about the moss as I am how the lawn should be mowed, and all these bushes need to be trimmed. These, however, are a different story. All realtors have seen the before and after pictures of what you do when you landscape, and so I would recommend on this house, you cannot see the house. You're not trying to show off these bushes, which aren't pretty anyway, but I would cut these off at the base. I'd dig around them, cut them below the ground, and then put some bark in here and get rid of these so that when you see the house, it's appealing looking, just like the rest of these houses here. They don't have any of this around there. You can see the houses, and that's what you want to see here. You want to not only have a consistency for the neighborhood, but you also want to be able to see this house because it's an attractive looking house and in a great neighborhood. To be then edged after mowing, all of these need to be trimmed. And here again, these bushes over here that are up against the house, any inspector would even tell you that's not a good thing to do. I've even seen vines sometimes growing up through the siding. I would either trim these or even get rid of these two bushes right next to the house and have some bark and some small plants in there because they're not attractive the way they are and they hide the house.
What other things can we do to freshen the look of this home?
We would pressure wash this driveway and stairway coming down here so that it looked nice, new looking concrete. Pressure wash this here, and then just pull out any weeds that are in these in between places here. And that would just give it a real fresh look, because I just did that to my own driveway and my wife was just overjoyed. And it didn't take that long. This takes somebody a couple hours to knock this out.
Okay, we're outside. We're right in front of the door, which needs to be painted, right?
Right.
And then you just pointed out...
Yeah, this door needs to be painted, absolutely.
Okay, and you just pointed out that this railing here is all rusty and looking a little bad.
Most of them do, and they over time they get like this. So this here be sanded lightly to get all the rough spots off of it here, and then we would prime this, and we would use again a spray. You can use a spray can even, just those little spray cans. A couple of those would freshen this up. You'd use the exterior for rod or for metal that they have. You can get them at Home Depot, but it makes it look good and it'll last quite some time.
Okay, well, what about freshening up the trim, and what do you think about the general condition of the paint and that type of thing?
Well, the body looks fine. It looks like it's in pretty decent shape. However, you can notice up here different spots where the trim has faded and there's some peeling going on. So in those areas, we would want to sand that off and then prime it and then get some match-up paint to match that color, and or if somebody wanted to repaint the whole piece of the trim, that would be possible too. If you start doing that, then you're going to want to paint all the gutters, but this could be really freshened up and would help the front of the house. Some people don't like brown and they would want to maybe change this, but if we're getting ready to sell this house and we're doing everything else and getting it looking good, I wouldn't change it. I'd just clean the bird stuff off the door here and just get it freshened up and just keep with this paint. And the main reason is because if I'm looking underneath these eaves here, they're all brown, so we'd have to go back and repaint, tape and repaint all of the eaves, and then you're really getting into a spray job and painting the house. And this would be fine and adequate in my opinion for all that you're doing.